Hello, 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 and welcome to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality. And you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I am your girl, Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I loves me some tea. Her and I love mine here, and you can get your cup mug at lanadcreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And we do ship internationally and domestically, so there are no excuses. Get your cup mug, period. Thank you. Not that. You know, I'm gonna leave that in there. Mistakes happen, things happen. We're not perfect here. I'm definitely not perfect, and we're definitely not perfect here at the cup. So I'm gonna leave that in there. Sometimes cameras fall. It's okay. But I am here talking about the premiere of Survivor 49, y'all. It's here, it's back. We are excited. Um, yeah, as you can see, I'm here by myself today. But that will not be the case all season long. This time around, just for this episode, a lot of people had things going on, people out of town. Some people are just busy. So I got this. I got you. I'm still going to give you all the tea because that's what I do. And I'm excited to do it. But before we get into it, I want you to do me a favor. If this is your first time here at the Cup TV, welcome. Let me show you some love from me to you. Bam. What I need you to do is hit the subscribe button if you would. I appreciate you so much. We are here all the time giving you almost all things competitive reality television here. We're starting Survivor 49 now. We got The Amazing Race starting tomorrow. We're wrapping up Big Brother this week. We're wrapping up Project Runway this week. We have Love Island games going on and a lot of fun things coming down the pipe. So we want you to check us out, subscribe to this channel, follow us, hit the notification bell and do all the things because here at the Cup TV, we are on a mission to get 1,000 new subscribers by the end of the year. And so it's already going into October now, and we are not close to the goal that I want to be at. So I need you to please help us out, subscribe to the channel. And unless you want me to continue talking about it, because guess what? If we don't hit our goal this year, I'll continue talking about it next year. I will do it every single time next year as well. And if you're tired of hearing me saying that, then help me out. But if you don't mind, then I'll just keep saying it because I ain't too proud to beg y'all, and I am not going to say would really truly love your support. So help us out here, and across all of our other channels in the Cup Network. We are on that same mission on all of our channels. So if you're a fan of drag or drag race, at the Cup Pod is the place for you. If you are a fan of Eurovision Song Contest, at the Cup ESC is the place for you. We are doing our best to give all the content on, and we got lots of content, especially coming off of our drag channel. We got lots of content coming your way on that channel as well. So you don't want to miss it. So please go in our link tree, click on all of our links, subscribe, and do all those things to our channels as well. Also, we want to be where you are. So if you want to see us, or if you want to take us with you, click on our audio podcast links so we can all go together. We can be with you, giving you all the tea anywhere you are. So check out our audio podcast links. Join our Patreon. We have a lot of fun things getting ready to happen in our Patreon. So join that as well. And follow us on all of our socials at the Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. If you ever thought about I would like to talk about my favorite show. I love Survivor. I want to talk about Survivor. I love The Amazing Race. I want to talk about The Amazing Race. I love Drag Race. I would love to talk about Drag Race. We're looking for new people to join our panel to give their point of view. So if you have a camera, a microphone, a good setup, and you can speak good English, because unfortunately, that's the kind of channel we are. We're an English speaking channel. So if you want to do that, and you said I want to join the podcast, hit us up on our DMs in Instagram because that is the place where you can reach us the quickest, and we will get back to you very soon. So if you hit us up at the Cut Pod on Instagram and you want to join this podcast, this is the place. This is the time to do so. So check it out. We truly, truly appreciate you, and if you want to do it, we're here. Now that I got all the business things out of the way, let's talk about this premiere. Um, I'm going to be honest. This was not my favorite premiere, but it was a decent premiere. I will say. It was a decent premiere. As it wasn't as exciting as I wanted it to be, but it was exciting enough. I will say. It it felt like a, it was a decent, I would just say, it was a decent premiere. I've seen more exciting and better premieres, but this one was a decent premiere. I think I'm a little spoiled. I am. I think I'm a little spoiled coming off of just watching Australia versus the World Survivor. So maybe I could be a little spoiled, and that's fine. But this was a decent premiere. I enjoyed it. We get the three teams coming in. Um, the three tribes coming in off the water in their boats, and they're all seem very excited. And who wouldn't be? They're playing Survivor. A lot of them, this is their dreams, and they're very, very excited. The yellow team, really excited. Um, but everybody seems excited to be there. They're excited. Jeff asked different people different questions about why they're here, what made them want to apply, how excited are they, and we heard from Jason, who was one of our alternates, who talked about how he didn't know he was even going to play this game until 12 hours before they came out. And so, and he brought three shirts, one red, one yellow, one blue. So he's like, I don't have much. But yeah, I'm excited. He's ready. He's here. He's ready to play. They talked to Christina, who was very excited. I'm gonna bring up the cast list so we can see who we're talking about as we're talking. Um, bring up here, talk to Christina. She was just super excited, full of energy. Um, I was like, oh yeah, this one's going to be just wow, a lot of energy, a lot of um, just just excited and excitable, and I love that. And I'm going to be honest. Well, I'll talk about that later. I'll talk about that later. He talked to Jake. He talked to uh, he talked to Nicole, I think. But he talked to a lot of people, and then just everybody simply was how I was talking about how excited they were, how ready they were to play, nervous, all the emotions that were going on. Typical what we see in the beginning of Survivor. Um, And they went into so then they had to do the first memorial, of course, for your supplies. And the challenge was you had to two people had to run into the jungle, get these two heavy boxes and bring them out. And then they had to swim out. Then two more people had to swim out to the boat, unlatch the boat, bring the boat back in and have more pieces. And then everybody had to get these pieces off the boat. And then they had to take the pieces that they got and create it was going to make a cube puzzle. So you had to figure out the cube puzzle. Once they figured out the cube puzzle, somebody climbs on top of the box and with this stick and pull off uh um or pull off a flick off a stick with a thing on this, and then they had to jump off the box and hit a bell. And the first team that hits the bell first gets the pot and the machete. And so they were off. Jake started off and well, they got their names too, by the way. I missed that part. The yellow team's tribe name is Henny. Um, and the red team's tribe name is Uli, and the blue team's tribe name is Kele. And if you know anything about me and the Project Runaway fan that I am, when I heard Uli, I was like, "Ooh, a Uli dress." So that's how I was. I know. I should stop it. I should stop it. But I just loved Project Runway, which we cover here on this channel. um, but so the Hitty tribe goes for, or the Hitty tribe starts, or everybody's, what am I saying? I can't talk, y'all. Everybody starts. Jake from the Kelly tribe It's Jake and Annie. They go in first, and Jake is hauling it. He's ahead of everybody. Nobody's surprised. Annie is bringing up the rear, but she's doing it. She's getting it. Um, we see MC and who went in for It was MC and Matt. Yeah, MC and Matt went in for the Henny tribe, and then it was um Juwan, I think. I think Juwan went in there. Did he go with Rizzo? No, Rizzo was in the water. I can't remember who went in with Juwan, but yeah, I can't remember. But they go into the they get the boxes. Matt and MC are doing really good. They grab their box to come out. Henny's in the lead for a while. Uli right behind them. Then Kelly comes because Annie couldn't carry the box by herself, so Jake had to grab his box, put it out, and then help her. They get into the water. Rizzo's in the water with I think it was Savannah, could have been Sage. That couldn't tell at that point. Um, we see Steven and Jason go out for the Henny tribe, and then we see Alex, and I think it was Sophie who went out for the Kelly tribe. I could be wrong, but I think it was Kelly. But or could have been Jeremiah, but I think it was Kelly. But they go out, they pull things back, everybody gets it back. So we starting to do the puzzles. And this is where we see Jason. Oh, it wasn't Jason, it was Sophie. It was Sophie and Steven who go out because Jason and Christina do the puzzle for the Henny tribe. And then we see Nicole. It was Nicole and I think it was Nicole and Jeremiah doing it for the Kelly tribe, and then Nate and it was either Sage or Savannah because one it was dark hair. I couldn't really see which one it was, but I think it was Sage. Um, so they're doing it for the Uli tribe. The Henny tribe gets their cube puzzle together first. MC climbs up, flicks off the stick really quickly, grabs it, bell rings. The Henny tribe wins the marooning. Henna tribe, Henny. I keep calling him Henny, and this Henna, I know David is going to like Lana. You kept calling it Henny, and it's Henna. I know, David. It's Henna. I'm sorry. Henna tribe. David loves pointing out my mistakes, and I appreciate him for pointing out my mistakes sometimes. Love you, David. I know you're listening. But the Henna tribe wins. Good on them. They get their pot, they get their machete, they get to go back to their camp and just get stuff together. But two people from one person from the Kelly tribe and one person from the Uli tribe now has to go and fight for their supplies. And so Alex volunteers to go for the Kelly tribe, and Rizzo volunteers to go for the Uli tribe. Um, so they're off to go do their journey and try to get their supplies, while everyone else now goes back to camp. So we first go to the Henna tribe, and the Henna tribe, they're just so excited. They just won. They have nothing to worry about. They're good. Like I said, Christina is a ball of energy. She was just so like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. She was so cute. She was so cute. A little loud, but very cute and excitable, which I don't mind to an extent. I'm hopefully she can, regulate it so it doesn't just be too much or it gets on people's nerves a bit. But as of right now, everybody seems to be getting along very well. Um, Steven is um Steven is seeing people, filling people out, seeing what they can do. Um, he has a plan going on in his head. He's already playing, which you should be. He's thinking out people who he probably wants to. possibly align with, he he's just peeping. He peeping right now, but he has a plan. Matt is like, this is he's very outdoorsy, very knows he was a Boy Scout. He loved being a Boy Scout, so he has all these skills of from his Boy Scout days, and he knows things. He's outdoorsy, he knows how to do things, and but he doesn't want to come off as, the overbearing guy who knows everything. So he's keeping things to himself, but he's biting his tongue, like he wants to say things, but he doesn't want to come off as that because he knows his disadvantages in this game. He knows he's the oldest guy on the tribe, and he knows if he shows any sign of weakness, that's going to be a reason to vote him out. And so he doesn't want to be the weak guy in the group, and he doesn't want to be the overbearing dad of the group where people are like, okay, Matt's really getting on my nerves. So he's just kind of just like holding back. He don't want to say anything. um, we see them starting to build their shelter and to like do their fire and well, try to do their fire and doing all the things. We see people. Christina wanted to put fire making on her bucket list. She wanted to make fire. That was something that she always wanted to do. So she was trying and she was just, not doing it right. And you can see Matt just sitting in the corner, just looking like, just want to tell her what to do, but I don't want to do it. I want to tell her what to do, but I don't want to tell her what to do. I don't want to be that guy, but I want to be the guy. And so he's just standing back watching. He's just standing back watching. And Steven is like, Matt, you want to try? You look like you know what you're doing. He was like, what? He's like, you just look like you know what you're doing. That face is telling you know what you're doing. And he's like, I mean, I don't, I'll try. This man walks up, goes, and lights his fire just like that. I was like, ooh, wouldn't want to face him in a fire making challenge. Like, not at all. He, I mean, sure, Christina, she scraped a lot of the magnesium on the thing, but he just came up with like done. Like he knew exactly how to do it. It was crazy. I'm impressed. I was impressed. Not even gonna lie. I was so impressed with how fast he did that. Um, so I'm just gonna talk about the Henna tribe through for the whole thing until we get to the immunity challenge, and then I'm gonna go from tribe to tribe to tribe. So we see Steven is like talking to different people, and he's talking to Matt. He's like, "I want to work with you. I feel like we can work well together." Da 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 da. And he's like, "Yeah." He goes and talks to Jason. "I want to work with you. I feel like we can work well together. I love that." Da da da. He talks to Sophie. "I want to work with you. I feel like we can work well together." She's like, "Yeah." And he's talking to everybody, and he wants to work with everybody, but then he gets paranoid about everybody. He's like, "You think other people are making alliances?" And I'm like, "Absolutely, I think people are making alliances, but we got to be true to this alliance." He's like, "If everybody's making alliances, and are they gonna be right with me? Are they gonna be, is this the right alliance?" Blah blah blah. Blah. Ugh, I don't know. Is this? I don't know. Is this? It's crazy. When I say it's absolutely insane. And so this is him doing all of this even before they get to immunity challenge. Like he's talking about who they should get rid of just in case. And Matt's like, it's too early to think about that. We hadn't even got to the immunity challenge yet. I don't want to think about that until it's time. And he's like, yeah, 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 yeah. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. It crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Um, but he's working himself up. But other than that, the Henna tribe seems to be like very cool, calm, they're not calm, but excited and, working. Um, Meanwhile, over on the Kelly tribe, um, everybody's bonding and they're coming together, they're talking and, trying to build things, but they don't have their supplies yet. And Alex hadn't gotten back from the journey yet, so they really don't know what to do. But they're introducing each other. They're trying to collect all the things that they can collect. They're trying to open up things. We see Nicole talking about how they really need a machete because it's taking much longer to do things without it. Takes she said it took her 30 minutes to open up a coconut without a machete. They can't cut the palm from, they can't cut the bamboo. It's very difficult to function without the little basic supplies that they give them. Um, and so they're just trying to figure out things. People are talking, they're bonding. We see Jake talking to Sophie, Sophie with an I, and he's like, he for some reason he just trusts Alex. He trusts Alex off the gate. And so when they get back, when Alex gets back, he wants to form a like trio with Alex himself and Sophie with an I. And so Sophie's like, sure, okay, that sounds good to me because you don't turn down an alliance, and that'll be fine. So when Alex gets back, we'll figure this out. We'll leave that there. So we're gonna go to Uli. Same thing is really going on with at Uli tribe too, as well, with Jawan, who was talking to Savannah and was like, he feels like a level of comfort with Savannah, and then Savannah feels this relationship with Shannon because she feels like Shannon is very yogi but smart. Shannon is like, all about nature and the universe and the vibe, and she likes that about her. And she was like, Shannon, it might seem like, the hippie dippy yogi kind of girl, but she's also smart. So Savannah finds herself drawn to Shannon. Sage is around, and they like having Sage there. It's looking like it could be, the girls could come together if they wanted to, but they're of course still waiting for Rizzo to get back from the challenge, the journey, to see if they can get supplies because it's difficult to do the things that they want to do. But they're doing what they can. They're collecting palm fronds, they're collecting the bamboo, they're trying to, erect something that they can without, the stuff. But Juwan is like picking his people, and he's trying to figure out who would be a good fit with him. So I'm gonna put a pin in that, and I'm gonna come back to both of those tribes because we need to go to the journey, because the journey where Rizzo and Alex are to try to get these supplies, because that's when things start to heat up after that. So we get to the journey, and they are told that they have to um, go collect these coconuts with their colored coconuts, one red, one blue. Inside the coconuts with the colors on them are puzzle pieces, and they have to put the puzzle pieces together, which is going to show a treasure map. And once they get the treasure map, they will see a X marks the spot where they will go and dig and find a wheel and a ship wheel, and the wheel will go onto the pole. You twist it up at your flag, and once your flag is in the air, you have won, and you will win supplies um for the camp. So there you go. Alex and Rizzo both are collecting the coconuts pretty quickly. They're collecting it. Everything is going really well. Then we get to the puzzle when when they both start taking all their puzzle pieces out and putting it together. Alex is flying through this puzzle. Rizzo is having a hard time with this puzzle. And I was like, oh no, no, Rizzo, no. So he's struggling. He can't put the puzzle together. Alex flew through the puzzle, and he sees the X, and he looks what it is, and he goes and starts digging. He digs and digs and digs. Rizzo is struggling at this point with this puzzle. He can't put it together. He doesn't know which way to go. So he just decides he's going to take his pieces and go copy Alex's. And he puts it on pieces, and he part putting it together. And he starts putting it together. And Alex sees him doing it, comes back to look to see if he made a mistake, and Rizzo tries to do it again. Alex covers up his board. He's like, oh, nope, nope. So Rizzo's like, oh, gotta wait. He knows Alex is going to go back out there eventually to start digging. So he waits until he leaves, and he goes back and he starts placing the puzzle. Personally, I thought that was the smartest thing to do because the rules never said you can't do it. That's using your brain. Because if I can't figure it out and you already figured it out, I'm just gonna figure it out what it is. So he goes and he continues to copy and put the pieces together. He figures it out. He sees what his X is. His X is different from where Alex's X is, so he had to put the whole puzzle together. He couldn't just look at Alex and go run. He had to put the whole thing together. So he puts it together. He finds his ex, so he goes and runs to where his ex is, and he starts digging. Alex at this point has had the hugely and been digging, 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 but cannot find this wheel. He is not finding it. He's digging around. He's digging around. He's digging around. No luck. Rizzo goes and he digs, he digs, he digs, and he finds the wheel first. And Alex is stunned because he has been digging for seems like forever and he could not find his wheel. Rizzo comes right in and digs for like what 5 minutes. It looked like it could have been longer, but he comes and digs and right away he finds it. It was crazy. And so Rizzo finds his wheel, takes it to the thing, and hoists up his flag. And Rizzo wins the his um supplies for the camp. And I'm like, yeah, so period, period, period. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, yeah. We gonna stay Rizzo over here on this podcast because we know him over here and he came from us, the community we played in. So yes, we will be supporting Rizzo big time over here. So I was like, period. Yes, yes, yes. So Rizzo gets the pot, gets the machete, and he can head off the camp. Like I said, Alex is stunned, stunned. And I would have been stunned for him if it was. I would have been stunned just as well. Like how in the world? But they both go back to camp. Rizzo goes back to the Uli tribe and shows them that he won the pot, the machete. Everybody's so grateful. They're so happy. So of course they start to build their fire and get their camp together. Everything is good over there. Even the next day, they're doing meditation in the morning with Shannon and they're breathing and oh, oh, mm, ah. I'm sorry. I just want to meditate really quick. But yeah, they meditating and everybody's like, yeah, this is comforting. This is great. Good vibes, good tribe. We can go into today feeling good, feeling fine, relaxed, and let's go into the day. And everybody likes that. Um, but we do see Nate, who is a Marvel who works with Marvel and movies and things like that. So he's in there and he's trying. He knows that he is the oldest person on the tribe. He's a little nervous because people are already calling him dad. Um, he didn't want to be the dad of the group, but that's what the age is showing, and that's what they're thinking. His wife bought him some socks for the show to say "Rad Dad," so he's like, "Okay, okay, I'm gonna be that. I'm gonna be that dad." Um, but he was like, "I have to figure out a way to engage with these people who probably sees me as a yoga guy, and I don't want to be that." So he starts talking to Savannah, and he was talking about how um, he feels like he felt her energy. He liked her. He wanted to work with her, and he was like, I feel like you and I could work well together, and I want to, we could possibly bring in two more people. Same claims Juan had, looking for more people, which four he wants now. Nate is looking for a four that he would like to work with. Um, and so he was looking at Savannah. He said, and he was like Sarah, not Sarah, Shannon. Sorry, Shannon. Shannon. He's like, cause she seems strong, and Savannah was like, yes, because she already likes Shannon. And then he said Rizzo. And so he and Shannon was like, those are the two people that I wanted. So if those are two people I want and those are the people that he want, I think we can make this work. Um, and so Shannon was like, not Shannon, Savannah was like, okay, cool. That sounds nice. But she had already, her and Jawan, who had this conversation, who was in the same thing. So she was like kind of in this thing with Jawan. And so they were trying to figure out she was trying to figure out which side would be more beneficial to her. And so she was watching Jawan trying to make fire. And Jawan he was getting a little frustrated. He was getting frustrated, sure, because he was making it. You get a spark, he got it lit once, it went out. And he was getting a little frustrated. But not to the point for me, well, I would have been like, "Oh, that's a red flag. He can't control himself." he just looked like he just got a little frustrated and took a step back, like walked away. And I'm like, isn't that the best thing to do? Like, if you feel yourself getting frustrated, if I see somebody who knows how to control their emotions, that's a not a red flag for me. But she took it as a red flag because he had to get up and walk away. He was a little frustrated. I don't think she felt like he could control his emotions. Um, but I personally thought that was control. But so we're different people. But she was like, maybe Nate might be the way to go because I don't know if I think if he can control his emotions. If he gets so emotional about some fire, he might get super emotional about anything else. And so she was like, I don't know. I don't know. Um, but let's go to the Kele tribe because Alex comes back and shows that he did not win. And he was nervous. He was nervous that the tribe would be upset and maybe target him because they didn't think he would he was good enough. But had the very opposite reaction when he got back. He was like, I'm so sorry, y'all. I just messed up. It didn't happen. And Jake already had made up in his mind that Alex was his guy. And he was like, oh, it's okay. Don't worry about it. You tried your best. Don't worry about it. It's all good. And everyone's like, it's no, don't apologize. It's okay. It's okay. And I was like, oh, everybody's so cooperative. Everybody, we love that for you. um, sure. Everybody's so cooperative. Everybody's so understanding. Everybody's so understanding. Jake immediately pulls him and is like, "Listen, I wanted to work with you. I think we got a good thing going. We can, we have this bromance happening, I think. And I feel like maybe me, you, and Sophie with an I could be a good trio. What you think?" And he's like, "Yeah, I love that. I think that'd be great." And so Jake goes to tell Sophie, and then he pulls them together, and they're all like, "We're going to be this trio." Bada boom, bada bing, there it is, there it goes. I was like, "Oh, these people who are forming alliances so fun, fast, and interesting. Like, hey, you, me, okay, cool. You good? I'm good. We good? Cool. That's it. That's it. No thinking about nothing, and I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Um, and so as everybody is back at camp and trying to, figure out how to do the best without the supplies, they're getting ready to go to the water well. And like, Annie, hey, you want to go? And she's like, oh no, I'm gonna stay here and continue to do this, and I'll catch up with y'all. And everybody's like, oh, okay. And so Annie honestly is just trying to get the camp together. She's just like, I just really want to get the camp together. We need daylight is vastly going away. We need to get as much done before it's nighttime. Because we don't have any fire, we don't have any flints. So we need to get as much done as possible. And she's out trying to collect things, but everybody's gone from camp. And everybody knows, do not separate yourself from everybody early on in the game. Because then people think you're looking for idols. And if you're looking for idols, apparently you don't trust the camp. Which, who should trust anybody in day one or two? Like day one? Trust none of you. I don't know you. But she wasn't really looking for idols, not that to my knowledge, it didn't look like she was looking for idols. It looked like she was looking for things for the supplies and she was grabbing things. And maybe she was looking for idols in the process, which sure, do that. But it didn't look like she was trying to be maliciously going out looking for idols and blatantly trying to look, not maliciously, but blatantly trying to look for idols. I think she was trying to get the camp set up and things. But they took it as she's being antisocial. She's not trying to, work with us. So that just left those four or those five to talk, and was like, if something happens, then she could be the first one to go. Sure. Um, but we do see Jeremiah starts to be like, because they see the bromance happening with Jake and Alex. It's very obvious. They're being very open about it. Jake literally told Sophie or told Jeremiah, well, yeah, told Jeremiah that him and Alex are in a bromance. Now Jeremiah was like, "Look, I'm just this gay boy, and I am not intimidated by these alpha men in this game because I kind of want to work with these alpha straight men in this game because if I work with them, they'll be my shield, and people go after them before they come after me," which he's not wrong about, in my opinion, especially if not probably he's not messy and he just lets them do what they do, and people come after them anyway. um so yeah, it's so it was possible that you know he wanted to work with Jake and Alex, so he goes to Jake and he's like, "Would you think anybody would suspect the two of us working together?" Jake is like, "No." He's like, "And I want to work with you." He was like, "I love that." He said, "So we need to get together a group." He was like, "Yeah, well, me and Alex, we're together. We're like, we're." I was like, he was like, "Yeah, of course, I know, and that's fine. I want that." And he was like, "Well, who else do you think you can get?" He was like, "Maybe Sophie." And he was like, "Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You talk to Sophie, I'll talk to Alex, and it'll work. It'll work. It'll be done. Bada boom, it's that." I was like, "Shit, man, Jake is like a bull in a china shop. He is like a bull in a china shop. He is like, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna make it happen. That's it. That's done. Bam. Don't talk about it." Like, okay, okay. So Jeremiah goes to Sophie. Him and Sophie, they apparently lock in this four with Jake and Alex. They're all good. Um, and so they're like, it's probably gonna be Annie at this point if something happens. So now we get to the immunity challenge. Get to the immunity challenge. And it's like a continuation of what they just did for the marooning challenge, in my opinion, with some differences. So two people have to run out into the jungle. First, they have to go through a rope tunnel. Then they have to go through a mud pit. Then they have to run out to the jungle and grab these snakes off this thing. Take it, hook it, untie it, or whatever. Get these snakes off and carry them back to the front through uh the the tunnel, the rope tunnel, and then put it in a slab, a crate. And everybody has to do it in teams of two. So everybody has to go get three snakes and bring a snake and bring them back. So three snakes in total. And then after all the snakes are there, two people have to do, well, three people have to do a snake puzzle maze where they take the ball and they have three people are holding ropes and they have to um guide it around a winding snake puzzle with, of course, obstacles in the way. And it's just really um depending on like people's the tension in the rope and how fast people go and all of that stuff. And so the Henna tribe goes out quickly. They start off really well with they go out first. Their first team comes back. They're back with their first um snake. The second group go out. They come back pretty quickly with their snake. The third team go out and they come back pretty quickly. The Uli tribe is right behind them with well, the Kelly tribe started off behind them, but they sent Annie and I think it was it Alex? I think it might be Annie and Alex. But they go out. No, Jake goes out first. Jake and Annie go out first. What might be doing? Yeah. Two people go out from the blue tribe. They go out. They fall behind a little bit. The Uli tribe catches up, and they pass them. And then no, it wasn't Jake. It was Alex and Annie. I think it was Alex and Annie. And then they go back. how the red tribe is coming and catching up. So they passed the blue tribe. The yellow tribe just stays in the lead pretty much the whole time. And the red tribe comes and passes the blue tribe. The blue tribe falls a little behind, but they're not too far behind. They catch up when it gets to the puzzle. Everybody's having a little trouble with the puzzle, and but everybody is figuring it out slowly but surely. The yellow tribe, Hindi tribe, is doing really good. Had a couple of hiccups along the way, but they do really good. They end up taking it first, and then the second place team comes in, and it is the Uli tribe. So the Uli tribe and the Henna tribe, they both win immunity, sending Kelly to tribal council, and they don't have their flint. They have to earn it to get it back. Um, and so there's that. Um, the idols, though, by the way, I will say, I do like the idols this season. It's Poseidon. I want to say it's not Poseidon, uh, but it's the water, the god of the water. It might be Poseidon. I don't know, but they're mermaids. They have a mermaid and a merman. Um, statue for the idol. I thought they were really cute. I was like, "Oh, those are cute." Period. So the art department, kudos to you for making really cute idols. But Kelly is going to tribal. So Uli and Henna go rest up. They're very excited, as they should be, because you don't have to go to tribal. So we get back to the Kelly camp, and everybody's trying to figure out when they should start talking. What should we do? It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be crazy. But they do eventually start going off, and they're thinking that because Nicole was one of the slowest people, and Annie was actually was one of the slowest people, but also Nicole didn't. She said she knew how to do the puzzle, but failed at the puzzle during the marooning. So everybody's looking at her, or looking at Nicole, and looking at Annie as which one is the weakest link, who should go. Um, and everybody pretty much agrees on Nicole at the time. They start saying Nicole, and they're like, yes, needs to be Nicole. Until Annie has a conversation with Sophie, because Sophie, she's like, listen, they're just going to pick us off, and we need to get one of them out. So I think we need to, go for one of them. Jake, speaking of Jake or Alex. Even though her and Alex just had a conversation a little while before where Alex was like, I want to work with you. Well, before the challenge. He told her he wanted to work with her. Was it before the challenge? It could have been right after the challenge, but he wanted to work with her because he always felt his whole strategy was he wanted to work with he didn't want to, he wanted to say mother figure, but she was like, if you call me a mother figure, I am going to scream. He's like, no, 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 not a mother figure, but, a woman who is, smart and wise, all of that. He was like, because I work, my boss is a woman. I was raised by women. I have surrounded by women. He just his whole life is being around strong women, and he feels like Annie is somebody who he feels like he could work with, and so he felt good about that. And she was like, "Yeah, that definitely works." And so then now she's like, "Hey, I think we should get rid of either Jake or Alex. That way we can't get picked off later." Blah blah blah. Sophia then goes runs and tells Jeremiah and Jake and Alex that Annie was looking to take her was sort of willing to take one of them out. And Alex is like, "Dad, we just had a conversation." Well, he didn't say it out loud, but he was like, well, "What do we do? Do we switch it to Annie?" And everybody's like, Maybe we switch it to Annie." And because they all told Annie that it was going to be that they told Annie it's Nicole, but they told Nicole it's Annie. So Annie feels like, okay, but she said, but everybody's voting Nicole. We all got you. because they wanted to build a stronger team and they felt like Nicole was the weakest link of the team. But they're telling Nicole it's all Annie. Of course it's Annie. We definitely she already been, you know, distancing herself from the rest of us, and it has to be Annie. And so Nicole's like, okay, cool. But she's still she's not sure if they're telling her the truth. And she is an investigator. And she's like, it's my job to investigate these things and make sure people aren't lying to me. And I don't know. And so she's like, yeah, if I feel like anybody is lying to me and, not telling me the truth, I'm going to use my shot in the dark tonight. And so everybody's just telling her the same thing, like it's Annie. Of course, it's Annie. Why would it be anybody else but Annie? And she's like, okay, okay, okay. So let's head out. But we go off to tribal, and the conversation is going back and forth. If it's Annie or is it Nicole? And so we go to tribal, and everybody is talking about how this game is that they're a cool group. They have a good time. They love each other. They're like family. And Jeff's like, "Really? Are you like family?" It's like, I mean, yeah, we have, this is the tribe that we're a part of. So it's like it is what it is. We got to make this work. Um, Sophie was giving some really funny stories, or not stories, but her thought process of things and how things were going with the tribe. And Nicole broke down who she thought everybody's role was in the tribe, and everybody was like, "That's funny. It was cool." Um, It was more like "Oh, yeah, we're just all family. We're all family. We're all love each other. We love each other. It's great." They had a nice kiki and a nice laugh about how Jeremiah and Annie had the most contagious laugh, and putting them on the island together when they get going, everybody hears that laugh, and they just laugh for a good 2 minutes. Oh, it's like Jeff was like, if somebody just tuned in at this moment and saw y'all laughing, they would not know that you are about to vote somebody out the game and break their hearts and everything. And they're like, this is the crazy part of this game. The game is crazy, it's weird, it's wild, and it's just interesting. Um, so so he was like, but if it was like this is just how it is, we just really we have enjoyed, these time, but the nature of the game is you're gonna vote somebody out. And so we go to the vote, and everybody goes to the vote. Jeff comes back and says if there's any advantages or idols anybody want to play, now's the time to do so. And I was waiting. I was like, Nicole, you gonna use it? You gonna use your shot in the dark? Did you use it? She did not use it. And she should have, because Nicole was voted out first. Casualty is Nicole on a 4-1, not 4-1, 5-1 vote. And she was shocked. She was completely blindsided. She did not think it would be her, but it absolutely was. And I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about it. I wanted Nicole to stay. Um, but I understand. I understand. She has a lot of me personally think strikes against her in this game. Being overweight a little bit and not being the fastest person is one thing, but if she would have been smart at the puzzles, if she would have been able to get that puzzle, I think they would have kept her around over Annie, because strength is not just physical strength, you need mental strength. And if she was really good at puzzles, that would be something people can rely on for her, and they probably would have kept her. But unfortunately, Nicole is the first one to go, and I'm sad about it. But it is what it is. Nicole is gone. But that doesn't do bode well for me personally because our draft, uh, Nicole was my first pick. Well, not my first pick, but she was one of my picks. So I am the first person to lose someone in this draft thus far, but it's okay. It's okay. Hopefully, I won't lose anyone else later or next week. But Nicole, you are great. You are great. And I was sad to see you go. Very sad to see her go. But that is that. We do see the previews for next week. And we see people are not liking Annie anymore. And I think they're regretting their decision on sending Nicole home instead of Annie at this point. But they're not liking Annie at this point. And oh, what I forgot to mention was Jake and his stupid shoe bandit thing that he just does for pure enjoyment and chaos. So he hides every people's left shoe. He did it to Nicole in this episode, and so he's going to do it again in the next episode. I think this man thought about it, was like, ooh, what if I just go and collect left shoes and just hide them for everybody all the time, every single time? This should be fun, right? No, no, it's not fun. No, it absolutely is not fun. But if you feel like it's fun, entertain yourself. But that is that. I don't know what's gonna happen, but whatever happens, I'm gonna be right back here. We're gonna be back here next week to talk all about it. So I hope that you join us as we go. I I'm hoping the season picks up. I'm sure it will. This was the first episode. This is the premiere. It was fine. It just wasn't as exciting as I wanted it to be, but it was fine. Let's hope it just picks up. So we're going to be back talking about it and all the other shows that we cover. So follow us on our channel, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a single episode of everything that we're covering here on the channel. Follow us on this channel and all of our other channels in the Cup Network. All the links will be in the description below, and as well as our audio podcast links, our Patreon, all of our socials at the Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky, where you could get your merch. And on Instagram is where you can go to get in touch with us if you want to be a part of the Cup family. So let us know, hit us up, do all the things, comment, and let me know what you thought about this premiere. Tell me what you thought. Is it just me who was a little whelmed by it? Let me know what you think in the comments. And I'm gonna get out of here because I got a lot more things to do, a lot more content to make for you guys. But you know what you can do? Click on that next video and check us out and keep supporting. And I will see you next week. Cheers, y'all. Bye.